trying to get a special treat for you today. Some music. Come on, music. Nothing like these live programs, huh? Maybe it won't go with all this Ustream. Doggone it. Anyway, I was going to do music for you today because I like the music. It's just really exciting, but for some reason it will not play. I don't think I can do, maybe I can't do Ustream and play the music at the same time. I'll try it one more time because it's so very cool. Nope, it's just not going to work. Alright, so that's another one of those technical things I get to figure out, and I'm a good figure-outer. Well, hi everybody. Hi, I am so happy you are here today. And today is actually my Ustream number 10. And I am so excited about it. 10 whole Ustreams. And to think that when I first started, I had to get over what I look like on TV. And I want to encourage many of my creative network buddies to get over what you look like and just get on Ustream TV. Anne has given us this wonderful opportunity. So get with it and do it. Well, today is going to be settle for less. Do you settle for less? But first I wanted to talk a little bit about last week. Last week I broadcasted from Medford, Oregon. And Medford is close to the California border. It's in the southern tip of Oregon. It's called, Oregon is pronounced Oregon, not Oregon. So today, what you're going to hear, and my volume is just really going up there. I think that's a little bit better on the volume. So today's topic is settle for less. But first, before we get to that, I'm going to show you a couple other things. And that is this. This is She. She is Self-Help Energies for Personal Development, and it is a new iTunes broadcast I have. I am coming to you every Tuesday or maybe Thursday with a broadcast about self-development, and it's going to be really cool because it's content that's going to inform and uplift you. So tune in to my She, and also today I am on the Creating Calm Network. And today we are going to do you settle for less? Are you feeling you can't change because, I try and try, but it just doesn't work? Or, I guess I will just settle for less. Well, that's not the way to fly high. And the best thing in the world for you and for your progress is to get in the high vibes. It's worth it. Yes, it's worth it. And I'm getting better and better at it. I'm feeling really good. No matter what's around me, I feel pretty good, and I'm getting even to feel real good. So today about the topic, are you settling for less? You're going to learn solutions on how to climb up a ladder and climb up higher on your ladder for success and life purpose. Now, last week, as I was telling you, I did broadcast from Medford, Oregon, and that was really fun, and it was quite a challenge because we had this little break. Actually, it was quite a long break, 2 hours, but when you do everything you have to do, like get something to eat and all that stuff, and I wanted to do a broadcast, it was a little bit of time. So I ended up out on the patio, and I did it. I really did it. I just set up my things here like I am here in my classroom here in Vancouver, Washington, and I just broadcasted. And I talked about what I didn't even have a script. I just talked about what I was experiencing there at that seminar. And the seminar was with Oren and DeBen, and it was building your light body. And what it was about was that we are entering into a time when energies, higher frequency energies, are available to everybody. You just have to get on the high frequency. And it takes practice. I'm not going to say tough, because tough is a lower frequency. So I'm going to say practice. It just takes a lot of practice. But the practice is fun, and pretty soon, you just hit that ball right out of the park, and you have a better day. And pretty soon, you have a really good week. And pretty soon, you just feel good all the time. Now, Oren and DeBen put on these seminars twice a year. And if you're interested in them, you can go to their website, Oren and DeBen Light Body. And I have been with them almost 2 years now, and I have found a big difference in my emotional body. My emotions have evened out more. I have begun to play really big, and like this, like broadcasting here, and then the iTunes broadcast, and there's just all kinds of fun things that are happening, and I'm just loving it more. I love teaching my art classes more. I laugh more in my art classes, and I don't know, I laugh at a lot of things because things really are hilarious. If you think about it, your life, if you looked at your life from this higher perspective, it's hilarious. It's the funniest thing you ever heard. So I encourage you to just try it. What the heck? You don't have anything to lose. So today we'll get back to, do you settle for less? So are you? Are you settling for less? Are you just kind of down there settling for less, and it just feels so-so, feels like sluggish maybe, or not so hot. But hey girl, you're hot. So get on that hot part of you. So today is your day. And I just love these two visuals, and I can see, I'm not showing them to you. There they are, the two visuals. So today is your day. Today is your day where you are going to find out that you don't have to be thinking and feeling the way you're feeling. You can shift it. You have the possibility. You have potentiality. You have everything at your fingertips to feel better about your life. So isn't this the cutest thing ever? I have a white cat like that. So this little cat saying, how dare you settle for less when the world has made it so easy for you to be remarkable. Yes, you are remarkable. Say that to yourself. I am remarkable. And then this heart here says, never settle for less than you deserve. Awesome, huh? So, let me ask you a question. Are you feeling you can't change because of that, and it just doesn't work, or no matter how hard I try, I guess I will just settle for less? Well, right now you're in the right place at the right time, because this is what today's broadcast is all about. And I'm going to take you back to that slide again, because life is a ladder. Life is a ladder where you are always, always climbing, unless you are stuck on the rung of the ladder. I want you to take a minute here and think about how it feels to be stuck, hanging on this platform, this rung of the ladder. Visualize how you must feel when you or someone you know, when you just look up from your ladder and you see something better, and you see that is where you want to go. You look to one side of you and you see another climbing easily up the ladder, and you look on the other side of you and you see someone slipping down the ladder, like this fellow. Down he goes, down on the ladder. I'm going to double click that. Help. But you know what? You don't want to help him, because we're going to talk about that later. It is his journey to slip or whatever, and what could you do if you walked over there to that guy and helped him by stopping his fall? Squish. You would be squished. Wouldn't be a very smart move, would it? He's going to bring you right down to his vibration. Yep, squishing you. So when you observe someone else's vibration and you are compassionate with that vibration, instead of staying on your high-flying disc, you're going to get squished. So when you look up from your ladder, Yes, and you see something better. You see that that is where you want to go. And you look to one side of you and you see another climbing easily up the ladder. And look to the other side of you and you see someone else slipping or falling off their ladder like this fellow. Well, then you glance to another ladder and you might see someone else falling. And then you stop, frozen, just frozen, you know, when your heart just goes and you just freeze up in time with your heart just beats so wildly, and you begin to talk to yourself. Calm down now. You're not falling. You're not slipping. You are just climbing. You're just climbing. And then you get this shift, this lift in your head or in your info energy in your body, and your body starts feeling really good, and you sit up a little bit straighter and bring your shoulders back, and you're getting the shift. And hope comes in, and the thought of hope is joined by other encouraging thoughts, and you begin to climb more trusting and optimistic. And then you stop and you look around and you see, oh, wow, you know what? There's a really pretty view out there. Look at this. Look at this view. Wow, there's rivers and mountains and hills with green foliage on them. And it's such a great view. And you can see it all at one time. You can see the tiny things like the fish in the stream and the eagles in the air soaring. And you feel something so empowering. And you feel the urge. Yeah, that urge. You know that urge to keep climbing. And at the same time, a magnificent feeling of appreciation of all that is. Yes. So, now, this is how you can have it all. It is by not focusing on problems of yourself or those around you. Step 1 is to know that everything is possible, that you could possibly want or desire. You do live in an abundant universe. Take that as your truth. Step 2 is know that you keep your create your own reality. Yeah, you create your own reality. Yes, I create my own reality. Yes, you create your own reality. And you're on your own personal ladder. And the climbing or the climbing up is up to you. And the view on the way up the ladder is up to you. So step 3 is to enjoy that view. Remember that one? Enjoy it. Enjoy that view. Remember that one? It's your choice. Enjoy the view. Well, does that mean you don't have any problems? No. But it does mean that you have the resources to overcome all obstacles. You were born into this world to create and enjoy what you are creating. So the real challenges of life is to master the levels of daily living so that you can reach higher and higher levels of consciousness. So change your point of view. Yeah, let's get back there and see what's the next slide here. Change your point of view. I love this one. Now look at this point of perspective. This is a point of view. So look very closely at this, if you can get a close-up look. And you will see a man, either, see if I can get a shift. You kind of squint your eyes, and you'll see a man in profile, or you'll see a man with half of his right face. Can you get it? Can you get it? You kind of squint your eyes, and you will see a profile of a man. He's kind of all cut up, but you see a profile of a man, and then you squint your eyes some more, and you see a man with the right side of his face looking straight at you. Isn't that the most awesome thing? Change your point of perspective. It's that easy. Just squint your eyes and change your point of view. So I'm going to talk to you about the hero's journey. Now, we've talked about this before, but the hero's journey is really a very cool thing. So here's the hero's journey. And you can walk the hero's journey. And in the hero's journey, what you do is you start out on a journey. This might be a little bit small for you to see, but you start out on your journey, and then you may have some obstacles, little side views, and then you just climb back on. You settle those little side trips. Maybe something's gotten in your way of your journey, and then you go on. And you keep going around the circle here until you have walked your past history. By the way, you can redo your history and end up walking a fun hero's journey. And you can live a hero's journey, and that's of a victim of circumstance. You know, the hero chooses to climb his or her ladder from a place of a hero on a journey, and that's who you are, far more wise because of these past experiences. So far more wise am I, and am you. So if you climb with the idea of the hero's journey, it just makes everything a lot more fun. And you know that you're a hero of your own story. Even your past that you want to maybe beat the drum of or bring up from time to time, tell somebody about, maybe put it on Facebook. My goodness, all these terrible things happened to me. Well, what did you get out of that? How did it make you who you are today? You're a hero. How can you look at that past and say, that was cool. It made me really independent. It made me able to stand on my own 2 feet. It made me be able to handle my finances better. It made me be able to be independent and free. Yeah. Try it. Try the hero's journey. So your mind, when you put your mind on the most expanded part of you, the part of your mind, that's the part, that's real well balanced and centered, and that's the part that always has your good in mind, you will attain the real goal of life, and that is climbing in a state of joy. If you have the right feeling, and you do not need any other training for this to learn how to climb better. Although you are going to attract to you inspirational people and things into your life that you can enjoy as you climb, but it's your feet on the ladder. It's your feet doing the climb. So you cannot better yourself or equip yourself for the daily climb in life without getting a hold of the higher principles of life. It is only when you have the higher view that the lower frequencies or instincts will drop away. You must keep the mind clean and polished. It grows dull through neglect, and it collects all kinds of substances that aren't good for you. They're just alien. And you're going to find yourself making excuses of why things happen to you. Well, excuses is a very interesting phenomena. Very interesting thing. Excuses. Well, let's see what kind of slide I got for that one. There we go. Excuses. Don't expect results from excuses. Well, I guess you do get some results, but they're not going to be the results you really like. So what are excuses anyway? And how do they sound to others? How do they sound to others? Well, so I went to my friend Google, and I came up with a site that's listed 10 celebrity excuses for acting blankety blank blank blank. You can fill in the blanks. I choose not to use the words of lower frequencies to make a point. So one of the top 10 excuses was by Winona Ryder, who was caught shoplifting. When a famous artist like Winona Ryder gets caught, it's downright bizarre. If you remember, in 2001, Winona Ryder was caught stealing over $5,000 worth of stuff from Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills. When the police asked her, so why did you take that stuff again, Winona? And she said, I was just researching for a role. Talk about method and having a dedication to her craft. Whoa, Winona. So another one on this list of the top 10 excuses by famous celebrities was Lindsay Lohan. With the famous excuse, I just didn't know those people. When attending a court date, she said, my passport was stolen. But the next day, in the papers, these photos surfaced showing her partying with 2 lines of Coke on a table in front of her. And she told the judge, oh, those were fans. They asked me to take a picture. I really don't know those people. Well, just like us, the judge didn't buy the excuse. And then there was, Charlie Sheen. Well, you get the big picture now. Those are big excuses. Entertaining, but big excuses. So now, how about the excuses that keep you from living what you were born to be, that keep you from living your life purpose, or from getting healthy, feeling better about your life? One of them might be, I just can't do this. I just can't do it. I try and try. I'm going to settle for less. So I want to emphasize that settling for less will keep you stuck on the ladder. Or could be falling off the ladder. So do you feel like this? Let's see if I got the right one. I love this. Okay, first of all, we'll go back a little bit. This is the one I did for no excuses, the famous excuses. But I just didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident. There are no accidents. It was an accident. Or you could get just stuck. You could just feel stuck like this guy. Or you're just stuck on the ladder, or you are stuck in the ladder. Now, you know what will bring you up on the ladder. You know that. And it starts, number 1, with the emotional set point. So your emotional set point are your emotions. They were given to us. We have them. We've worked out our emotional set point as we have matured. But emotions create the words that create the actions, and the actions create your results, wanted or unwanted. So, emotions, very, very interesting part of us, a big part of us. So let's start with the feeling or the emotion of joy. You really do know that what would bring you joy tomorrow or someday in the future. You really do know that. And the higher the emotional set point, the better your wanted results will be. When you wake up in the morning, you can ask yourself, what can I do today that'll bring me some joy? And the feeling of positive expectation. What can I do? Put a smile on your face. Look at yourself in the mirror and smile at that person in the mirror. And say, you know what? I was put on this planet for a reason. I just know it. And I need to support you today. I need to support you today in any way I can. And having a positive attitude starts with a smile. That's it. Smile. So stop focusing on how you're going to get through another day. Oh, I'm just going to get through this day. Thank goodness when this day is over. So stop focusing on your problems you have to handle. Start focusing on the feeling of joy, and you will have joy. It just isn't a word. Joy is a frequency, and a frequency is an energy. And when you focus on a high frequency, like joy, other frequencies join it. That's part of the most powerful law, the law of attraction. So I'm going to show you a little slide here with Dr. Quantum. And this is Dr. Quantum right here. Get back over here. There's Dr. Quantum. So Dr. Quantum really nice, smiley guy. He has a YouTube presentation or a YouTube. It's a very short, about 5 minutes. I tried to figure out how to get it on my keynote here, but I couldn't. I'll have to figure that one out for next week for something. But anyway, he did this experiment. It's called the double slit experiment. And I'm going to do my best to shorten this explanation of this experiment. Now, I'm not a scientist, nor do I pretend to be one, but I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to do this. Try is a lie, right? I'm going to do this. So this explanation comes from my ideas of how this experiment affected how I think and what my filters out and how I look at the world, which is really that's the only thing that matters to me anyway. And so I know you're going to get something out of it. So it's your core experience. It's what you are experiencing within. That's the one that helps you get up the ladder. It's your core experience that will help you understand your inner world better. So in his experiment, he did this. He got these marbles. And here's the double slit. And he put, this was a single one. Anyway, here it shows the marbles going through the slits. So here's the slits, and he did these marbles. And he put small object marbles through 2 slits in a wall. And he saw that both slits produced the same pattern on the solid wall. And there they are. They're producing this pattern. And then he tried something else. He tried waves, like water waves. And they tried putting other things also, like waves, and they got very predictable results. The waves canceled each other out. And then they tried a very, very small thing, electron, through the same slit, expecting to see the same pattern as with the marbles and the waves. But the electrons acted differently, and they started to scratch their heads. Things were different. Maybe they were thinking this just doesn't make sense. And so, when they went quantum with the electrons, something different happened. And after trying many, many things, they kind of figured it out. So here they are, kind of scratching their heads, and it's kind of small, but this is the first experiment. And that was with the marbles. The second experiment with the waves, and it's got these check marks, so it's okay. And then, not so hot, shot in the foot or shot in the head. What in the heck is going on? It's not working like I thought. These results are not the results that I thought. So they found that the single electron leaves as a particle, becomes a wave at the slit, and then interferes with itself to hit the wall like a particle. But mathematically, it was even stranger. It goes through both slits, and it goes through neither. And it goes through just one, and it goes through just the other. All of these possibilities are superposition with each other. So the scientists, the physicists were puzzled, but physicists were completely baffled. So they decided to peek. They decided to look at which slit the electron actually goes through. They put a measuring device by one slit to see which one it went through. But the quantum world is far more mysterious than they could have imagined. When they observed the electron went back to behaving like a little marble. And it produced a pattern of 2 bands, not an interference pattern. So they figured out, by observing, by the simple act of observation, and this is their observation thing, by the simple act of observation, of measuring or observing which slit it went through, meant it only went through one, not both. The electron decided to act differently, as if it was aware it was being watched. And it was here that the physicist stepped forever into strange, never world of quantum events. So what is matter, they say? Is it marbles or is it waves? And then waves of what? And what does an observer have to do with all of this? The observer collapsed the wave function by simply observing. Wow. By simply observing. By simply watching. Remember you on the ladder. Simply watching. So the impact of this experiment when I watched it on YouTube was that energy, more particularly my energy, your energy, can be changed by what you focus upon. So I have personally tried this, practiced this, and practiced it every moment of my life. Now I can shift my energy a lot into happiness and joy and a wonderful free feeling by observing wanted things and not by observing unwanted things. And if I do observe some unwanted things, I take it into the best feeling thoughts I can have. So I can really watch TV now, some of the scarier ones. My husband, by the way, likes to watch some scary movies, and I like being with him. So I can do this now with a feeling. It's just strange anymore because I don't get this kind of feeling in my heart anymore, in my stomach. I can just watch it and just kind of feel the, I don't know, it's just different. My emotions just feel good. And I can feel my mental body just kind of going, looking at how did they create that scene? And so it's just a really nice shift in my emotional and mental body. So, and I have observed this also in my art students. I do teach art. I teach art every single day. I have 125 students, and I just love every single student I have. And when they do things here, like they work on their art project, some of them come in and they just say, I just can't do this. I just can't do this. I try and try, or I tried my best. And yet they will either struggle. Some of them, little 6-year-olds, will just struggle and struggle, and others will just go for it, do it, and enjoy the process. But if they do get excited when they learn a new technique and they put it into practice, they will easily overcome any struggle they might encounter. And they get this big aha, they get this big jump, and they just feel good. One of the things I've tried in my classes that's been really successful, I think, is after any student in the class finishes their work, creates a painting or a pastel drawing or just a charcoal drawing, anything. When they finish it, I say, do you want to show it to the class? Yes, no. And they'll say either yes or no. Most of them say yes. Some of them say no. And then if they say yes, I say, then we show it to the class. We look at it and we give them a clap for success. No judgment. And then when they're finished clapping, I say, that clapping was for your memory banks. So you can draw on the clapping later if you are the person that is getting clapped for or the person who is doing the clapping. It is for your success. To remember, you are successful. Everyone you know has an element of success in them as well. So this is just a practice, and I think I can see the judgment kind of disappear from their faces. I can see the enjoyment of just having created something that was never in the world before, and it just feels good. It just makes me feel good. And I think it's a success in my class. So to overcome excuses and settle for less is to just get used to taking the right action. And the right action is to learn to do the greatest amount with the least amount of energy. So what's really practical here, Sandra? What can I do? What can I take home? What can I put in the bank? Here. Well, the practicality of what you've learned so far and how to apply this idea is to a practical application that you can use is, first of all, you do this by keeping in touch with who you really are, by keeping in touch with your number one source of supply. The source of supply, which is the most expanded part of you, that 96% that I talk about all the time, the 96% and the 4%, which is your blood and your bones and your muscles, is your physicalness. That's what we're creating with. That's what we're manifesting. That's what our brain is doing. That's only the 4%. So know that you have that 96% and that the rest of you knows, never doubts, not in an instant, that you are not worthy. And it is urging you, always, always urging you by the path of least resistance to keep climbing the ladder. Yeah, amazing, huh? So far in this broadcast, you have learned that excuses just keep you stuck on the unwanted areas of your life. Yucky. And settling for less is an excuse for not trying. Uh-oh. Settling for less is an excuse for not trying for what you really want. And you know what you want. You really do. So lift your emotions to that higher point, the highest point you can, in any way you can, and you're going to advance on the life path. And you can shift your current reality by remembering that you are an expanded being who came into this earth, came into this life to experience joy. Joy. So this is the end of the broadcast part, and next week is going to be your life purpose. You know, you do have a reason and purpose for being on this earth, and all this week things are going to come that are going to be into the next week broadcast, and be sure and check in. And before I leave, I want to switch back over to my desktop, and that's over here. So that means I do this, and I do this. This is, bye-bye. Okay, and I change my region over here. Whoops. No, I don't do it that way. Okay, shifting. I change my region to full screen. And there's my desktop. Okay, and I'm going to minimize this. There we go. And yep, there it goes. And then down here, if you notice, this is Ustream where I'm recording. Isn't that the coolest thing ever? And then I'm going to bring up Chrome, my browser, and here's Chrome. And now you should see Chrome. And I'm just going to go over a couple things that I think might be of interest, are of interest to you. The first thing here is I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Ann White's Facebook here. Ann is the creator of the Creating Calm Network. She is a fantastic person. And on 3 hours ago, she put this up, and this is she is going to do a coaching on creating a coaching group on how to create. Well, let's look at it and get it for sure, because I might just stumble over the words. So we'll just look at it with the power of the internet. Okay, here it is. So she is going to magnify your magnificent self through a group coaching. And she's also probably going to talk a little bit about becoming a radio host. And she is just a fantastic person. We are actually giving a free webinar. It's going to start on Sunday, and I couldn't, sorry to say, I could not find the shout out about it, or I would have put it up here on the internet, but you can email me, Sandra Longmore at sandralongmore.com, and I'll tell you when it's going to be. I'm going to be on it too, so I will know where it's going to be. But I just wanted to show you Ann and her coaching program that she's, a group coaching program that she just announced. And so go ahead and take a look at her, I also wanted to show you this in my mail. This is our newsletter. Yeah, our great newsletter for Creating Calm Network. And Creating Calm Network puts out this newsletter once a week, and it tells you what's coming up on our network. So this next week, we're going to share your love and share your passion. Here's some ideas here by Ann White. Also, there's going to be, let's see what else here. Circle of Heart with Linda Frisch, I guess. I'm not real sure how to pronounce her name. And here's the Hours of Truth with Frank. And then on Monday morning, you have Kimberly and Ann talking about how to do really cool things. And then The Power of Love with Maeve. And then we have Carolyn also coming up here. And all week long, we have wonderful things. Tuesday, this is only Tuesday now, and we have Miracles in Down Under, and then the Golden Goddess, yay, that's us, the trio, the Golden Goddess trio, that's myself and Carol Hess and Evelyn Kalinowski with the Golden Goddess. We are on Tuesday mornings at 10, if you go with Pacific Daylight Time, although that will change because we're going to change our clocks tonight, or 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Okay, and that doesn't make sense. I wonder if that's a typo. Anyway, there's Dream Time with Carolyn and relationships here on Wednesday. And then you have Carol Woodiff and Scared to Sacred. And you have The Grammar of Grief with Uma. And Book Talk with Ginger Dawn. And Heart Wisdom. And then we have Friday coming up, and on Friday is Dorit. Dorit just had a baby, and doesn't she look great? And her baby is so cute. And then Inspiration Nation with Teresa. And on Saturday, here we are Saturday with Titus. And then we have Notes from Spirit for Nadia. And Healing Harmony with Frances, and then Golden Bridge with Sandra Longmore. That's what I used to call my program, but I did change it to She, but maybe it'll be She, Golden Bridge and She. Doesn't really matter, but anyway, I'm always on 1 o'clock on Ustream, Pacific. It'll be Pacific Daylight Time. And here is another one. This is just a kind of a guessing game. What Creating Calm host is this? So it looks like she is, I'm not sure who that is. And then, here it is. Do you want to be a radio host? Okay, that's what I was looking for. Do you want to be a radio host? Do you know anyone who does? There's a free seminar starting with training by Anne and a host of the Creating Calm Network. So do you have a message you want to share with a larger audience? Do you want to build a platform for your book or your seminars or coaching? Have you considered radio and felt it was too daunting? Well, you can sign up today for the first telemar, and it's tonight. They already had one, October 27th at 7 o'clock. And then you can get another one here. That's on Sunday. That's when I'm supposed to do it. And check it out here. Please, did I say it was free? Yep, she did. So I'm going to just check that out for you. You don't have to email me now. Okay, host training. So you want to be a radio host, and this is the Creating Calm Network training package. So you can get this free seminar right here, free telemar. And do you want to be a radio host? Here's our beautiful Anne right here. And do you have a message you want to share with a larger audience? Do you want to build a platform for your book or your seminar or coaching? Have you considered radio, but you felt it was too daunting? Well, here you go. You can just sign this. The first session started on October 27th, and they're available live for 48 hours. So that one's passed. But the next one, which is tomorrow, is November 3rd. How to host your own program. So the first one was, do you want to be? Well, I guess if you're going to do this, get on it, you probably do want to do it. So here are some ideas about how to keep it interesting, how to generate call-ins, how to promote ideas, and it's going to be joined. They don't have my name there, but I'm going to be there too. And so there's another one. And then November 10th and November 17th also. And these are all free. So why don't you come on over here? Let's see, how do you sign up? So you want to be a host. Host, is it down at the bottom? Here, join us right here. So you want to be a radio host, free teleseminar. So I'm going to sign up right now. Here's my name, Sandra. I'm going to sign up. And email, it's Sandra, oops, misspelled my name, SANDRALONGMORE, that's my name, and then at Sandra, DRALONGMORE.com, and I'm going to sign up, because I'm already these things. But I'm already interested in that. So then they send you an email, and then you go to your email and confirm it. So that's how easy it is. Why don't you do that? Wouldn't that be fun? It would be really fun to have you on our network, and we can talk over things and do things together. So that's it for today. A fun-packed day full of things. And I would just love it if you contacted me as well. Here's my site. I'm going to put myself up there. There's my site, Sandra Longmore. And still working on my site, guys. Still working on my site. But when you go over there, sign up here. Sign up here for my email list. But this is what's new, is I have my iTunes podcast here. So this one was on dreams. Hope I spelled that right. Yep, that's it. All right, here's dreams, and you can there's a play button right there. You can play that particular podcast right off my internet. And then I did this one on Are You Settling for Less? So that's what we did today. It's similar to the one we did today, but there you can get the audio. And then you can also go to, and that's Sandra Longmore at sandralongmore.com. And then you can also go, I'm going to get down here. It's hard to do this and talk at the same time, but I want to get back here. There I am. Okay, so anyway, I also want you to go, if you want to get those iTunes podcast, you go to iTunes and you put in my name, Sandra Longmore, and it'll come up with She Self-Help Energies for Personal Development, and then you just subscribe, and you have that coming into your ear on your iTunes. So when you're working out, and I hope you're working out, when you're working out and exercising, or just doing your chores, you'll feel real good by listening to a great uplifting program like She Self-Help Energies for Personal Development. And so between now and next week I think I might have Mary Lynn Monroe here too, the storyteller, and she has another story for us that she's been working on all month. And I think she's going to do it next week. I haven't contacted her yet, but we have it scheduled for next week. And that's always a treat. And your treat, your homework, is to look for the highest feeling emotional set point you can find at all times, and keep it up there as high as you can, and see what happens, what good things come into your life. So the more you do this, the more you practice, the better you'll be, and the better your life will feel. So bye for now. Thank you so much for coming. This was just so much fun. See you next week.